Have you ever wondered why some people walk into a room and everyone goes silent to listen, while others talk and no one even cares? It's not luck. It's not a job title. It's a set of communication rules that nobody teaches you in school. That feeling of saying a great idea only to be ignored, that feeling of being disrespected, of being overlooked, it's poison for your career. In this video, I am revealing the 5 secret communication skills of CEOs and top leaders. Master them, and you will learn how to communicate like a true leader. If you're ready to be heard, watch until the very last second. Skill number 1, speak to lead, not to be liked. The mindset of successful people is, I am a leader, even if I don't have the title yet. They don't make themselves small. When I was just starting my career, I would always begin my sentences in meetings with, I think, or I feel like maybe. I thought I was being humble and safe. In reality, I was strangling my own credibility before I even finished my sentence. People nodded, but no one was truly listening. Here is your specific action step. This week, practice this consciously. Before you say, I think we should do X, pause, take a breath, and say, the best path forward is X. Why is this so effective? The words I think are like a flashing, I'm not sure sign hanging in front of your statement. It signals hesitation. Removing it is like tearing that sign down and replacing it with an arrow pointing straight ahead. It projects certainty and power. And here is the difference between right and wrong. A person who speaks to be liked says, I feel like this might be an effective strategy. A person who speaks to lead says, this is the strategy that will get us this result. Skill number 2, shut down emotion, turn on logic. There's a saying in the business world, high emotion, low intelligence. The most effective people are the ones who can take a chaotic situation, remove the emotion, and make a decision based on logic, quickly. I'll never forget the time an employee blew up in the office over a small mistake. He was yelling, his face was red. In that moment, every ounce of respect I had for him evaporated. He was no longer a professional. He was a child having a tantrum. What is your action step? When you feel emotion rising, use the blade of grass image. Imagine a rock, representing the problem, is falling. If you are a rigid toothpick, you will snap. But if you are a flexible blade of grass, you will bend with the pressure and bounce right back. Let the emotion pass through you, don't let it control you. Why is this a power tool? Emotion is the hurricane. Logic is the lighthouse. An effective leader doesn't try to stop the storm. They use the lighthouse to navigate safely through it. They don't get swept away by the chaos. What's the difference between right and wrong? A weak person reacts instantly with anger or frustration. A leader pauses, breathes, removes the emotion, and focuses only on the data and the solution. Pause for a second. If this first skill was an aha moment for you, smash that like button to let me know. It helps this video get to more people who need it. Skill number 3, stop over-explaining. Over-explaining is a clear sign of insecurity. When you are confident, your words are concise and carry weight. The first time I had to fire someone, I was 23 years old. Instead of being direct, I rambled. I talked about how great they were, how much I liked them. I talked so much that in the end, it turned into a nice little chat instead of a termination notice. I failed miserably because I was terrified of the discomfort. Here is your specific action step. Say what you need to say clearly and concisely. Then stop talking. Do not try to fill the void with unnecessary explanations. The silence that follows a powerful statement is where your authority is built. Why is this incredibly effective? Your words are like an airplane. Over-explaining is when the pilot circles the airport over and over, refusing to land. It makes all the passengers, the listeners, tired and anxious. A great leader lands the plane decisively and safely. What's the difference between right and wrong? A weak person tries to soften their message by adding more words. A leader is direct, truthful, and confident in the silence that follows. Here is your action plan. This week, 1. Eliminate "I think" from your meetings. 2. When emotion rises, picture the blade of grass. 3. Practice the full stop after making a statement. These are your first 3 steps to start communicating like a leader. And here is your mini challenge. The next time you're in a meeting where you realize you have nothing to contribute, politely leave. A leader knows their time is valuable. Listen, this will feel uncomfortable at first. You might feel like you're being rude or too blunt. That's the sign that you're growing. Push through that discomfort. You have the power to be heard. It's not in your job title, it's in how you use your words. Master these skills, and you will communicate like a leader that everyone has to respect. Which of these skills do you find the most difficult to practice? Share it in the comments below. If this video gave you an action plan, hit subscribe and ring the bell because there's a lot more coming. In the next video, we're diving deep into the art of asking questions so you can control any conversation. Don't just talk, lead.